Hello, loves, and welcome to the Introverts Toolbox, the podcast for introverts who feel like the world's kind of fucked up, where the biggest and craziest people get all the success, and we're left wondering, like, oh my god, what the hell do we do? My name's Karen Hewitt, and I am your host, and we're going to go over systems, methods, and skills you can use as an introvert to be authentically you and be successful. So, subscribe and share this on your social media, and don't forget to give us 5 stars, and let's get started.
Welcome to the Introverts Toolbox. Today we're going to be talking about what makes an introvert happy. Because we often talk about what an introvert is, what they do, but what actually makes them happy. Hi, my name's Karen Hewitt and I'm your host. And we're going to go over 5 different things that you need to understand makes an introvert happy. But we're also going to talk about how you can give them those things and how you can support them. So if you're an introvert, I'd love to know if this is something that you find that you need to be happy. And if you're friends with an introvert or family members of an introvert, have a thought about how you can help them with this. So let's start with one of the things that make an introvert happy, and that is having purpose. I know this sounds so generic, right? What the fuck is purpose? But you see, introverts actually need to have purpose in everything they do. A lot of people can do something like a job and feel unfulfilled, but understand, well, this is a paycheck, it gets me from A to B, and then I can do things that make me happy on the weekend, weeknights, and they endure that. Introverts actually get more exhausted if they do not have some purpose-driven job as well as a purpose-driven pastime. In a nutshell, if we have to interact with people, there has to be meaning to it. It can't just be, gosh, I'm stamping a time check. It really drives us crazy. So this is where we find a lot of introverts fall into certain career paths. A lot of them end up in the medical field because, one, they have that quiet reflection when they're studying and learning and growing. They can dig into cases, but they're giving back. Some end up in veterinary fields. Some end up in teaching. Believe it or not, a lot of teachers are introverts. A lot of educators, a lot of coaches are actually introverts, because we take that self-reflection and then we utilize our time to help others. Other areas where they can have purpose is emergency services and nonprofits. We do these things because we want to give back. We want to use our time very wisely and in a controlled manner that helps us feel more than just expending of energy. So this is purpose. So how we can have purpose, maybe if your job's not having purpose, other things are going on, what you can do is give some of your time to a nonprofit in the week. That's what I do. I work with 2 nonprofits and I love it because I get to help others. It gives me purpose. It also gives me interaction. It gives me a chance to do these things. Now, if you're a friend of an introvert or a family member of an introvert, help them discover their purpose, support them in it. They may come with you and go, oh my gosh, I so need to go to school to learn how to be a vet. Okay, what's making you passionate about it? Instead of saying, are you sure? Are you really sure? Ask them why. What is the purpose in? Where's the passion? Where's that meaning? And use this as a way to support them and encourage them in developing that purpose and meaning in their life. Because they'll find that once they're expending their energy, it doesn't take as much energy to recharge from that, because they can feel the good that they did. And that has some rebuilding in itself. The second one is something that makes an introvert happy is the friends. This sounds crazy, right? Friends, oh my gosh, you're an introvert, but we want friends that accept us, quirks and all. This is things like, we understand as a friend, you understand. There's some days when I'm going, no, I just want to watch Netflix and I don't want to go anywhere tonight. No, I really don't want to go to the farmer's market. I just need some quiet time. Why don't we go to a quiet restaurant? Why don't we go to a quiet museum? Hey, I'd really just like to spend some time getting to know you and talking to you one-on-one. These are the friends that accept us for the little things, and they don't try, oh no, but you've not gone anywhere in 3 days. You need to go somewhere. You know what? If it's going to be in weeks and months, yeah, we want to encourage people to step out of the house. I mean, I had agoraphobia. I still have agoraphobia, but I'm trying to overcome it. But we want to help them in a positive way. So instead of going, oh my gosh, let's go to the latest concert with 10,000 people. You know what? We haven't been out for a while. How about we go to the park and just have a stroll? Do little things that lean into their purpose. Remember, we said this is number 1, and less overwhelming, and be supportive of that, because they're not going to want to get out all the time. And sometimes they'll want to have a text message conversation, and not a phone call or a video call. So having friends that accept those quirks and accept those little things that we do differently is everything. So, and we become very close with them, and it's this tight knit circle, and they make us very happy. I know I have about 5 friends I count on that circle, and they are close knit, and they make me the happiest in the world. So having a good friend and being a good friend to an introvert. Another part of this is quiet companionship, and that's also with a friend. And this goes to where I was saying the park, Netflix. Sometimes we want to be around people. We really don't want to engage. We're still recharging. So having that friend that will sit there and just watch a show with you, sit there, go to the movies and be quiet. Hey, I know we don't want to go to the movies and see this, but I got this on, this is on Netflix, or this is on Hulu, or this is here. Having that quiet companionship where there's no expectation to engage or entertain. We want friends that accept that, and we need our friends to understand that sometimes we don't need you to educate us, we don't need you to entertain us. Just be present. That present is everything. So the third thing is we want wind down time. If we go to an event, if we do something, you gotta understand there'll be a couple of days where it's like we vanish off the face of the earth. Yes, we do events. Yes, we speak on stages. Yes, we go places. Yes, we go to concerts. Yes, we go to big activities. We go to parties. But then we need to wind down and decompress. So it may be like we've dropped off the face of the earth for 24, 48 hours. So don't be calling or, hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Tell me, where the fuck are you, bitch? What I want you to do is maybe send a text message going, hey, it was great seeing you at the party. Let me know when you're up for a chat. Hey, we're going for a party. We should go for coffee next week. Keep it low key and give them the space and time to unwind and relax. The fourth thing we need is space to do our hobbies. And this is something we're using. And this is also a sponsor of this podcast, and it's Audible. I am a book reader, but sometimes I want to sit there and read the book, but sometimes I just want to zone out and listen. So I use Audible in order to listen to books I've been meaning to read and just haven't had the energy or time. And there's a link in the show notes and the comments where you can get a free month trial, including unlimited Audible Plus and a free book, which is kind of fun and awesome. But there's other hobbies too, whatever the hobbies are. And some of them can be really specific. And they need those hobbies and those activities. So take an interest in them. I've known introverts that got into old cars. They've got into scrapbooking, quilt making, candle making, understanding bugs, space, science. These hobbies are really something that gives us this ability to be and do things. And having that space to do it and not be judged is incredibly important, because that's part of our wind down time, but it's also about us engaging our brains and doing things. So when you're looking at your friend that's an introvert, what are their hobbies? How can you embrace it? How can you give them space? And another you can do, and this is to do with the purpose and being a friend that accepts that works. Oh my gosh, I see you're really into quilting. I'd love to learn how to do it. Could you recommend a book? Or maybe I can come and sit with you and we can quilt, just the two of us one day. Or if they're really into crystals are my jam. Hey, I know there's a real small crystal store that just opened. They're going to be busy today because they just opened, but maybe next week you'd like to go and we can check them out. Give them space to have their hobbies, give them space to understand it, and also understand that their hobbies are not just something that they do. It's a wind down, it's a mechanism, it's a coping, it's a recharge system where they give themselves that meaningful of loving themselves. And fifth is deep conversation. We don't go, hey, how's the weather? What's going on? We want to talk deep and meaningful. We want to talk about things that can change the world, change lives, change what's around us. We get very passionate if you get into a topic going from the hobbies that we're passionate about. If you want to talk about crystals, we can talk for hours. Have those deep conversations. Don't just keep it like light and generic. Don't just say weather, kids, health, see the football game, unless they're really into football. And if, as a friend who's an introvert, if you really want to have a deep, meaningful conversation, look at some of their hobbies and do a little research. Take a quick Google and go, 10 questions I can ask about stamp collecting, 5 questions I can ask about crystals, and have those conversations. I know for me, one of my favorites is, would you rather? And then we really get into it, really dig in. It becomes more complex. But these meaningful conversations, how we develop our friendships. We're not really looking for acquaintances. We accept them, we love them, we adore them. But the people we want to bring in are people we can have conversations with, we can enjoy our time with, we can learn and grow together. So just to recap, we want to have purpose. We want friends that understand us, quirks and all. We want, with that quiet companionship, that understanding that sometimes we're just not ready to go out. Sometimes we just want to go somewhere specific. We want wind down time. We want to recharge after events. We're not someone who can go to a huge event all day and then go out that same night. We want deep conversations and we want time to do our hobbies. So these are 5 things that make introverts happy. I'm curious. Do you do any of these 5, all of these 5, some of these 5? Let me know in the comments. And as friends of introverts, how do you think you can lean into these tips to make more deep, meaningful relationships with those friends? Can't wait to see you next time on the Introverts Toolbox. Don't forget to like and leave a comment so we can carry on this conversation on social media.
And thank you for listening to another episode of the Introverts Toolbox. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And you know what? I want to know, what is one thing you learned today? Is there something that you're going to take and use in your life or your business? Let me know below.